And we're back. We're unplugged. The show where anything can happen and anything does happen for sure. So we're going to try and get our guest back on. Uche Oti Ukpai. Okay. We're waiting for everybody to come back on. And while you're waiting to come on, please be our friends. Okay, fine. Uche is here. Hey, is this better?
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. Okay.
Real time.
Now we are cooking with electricity now. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So oh my goodness, that was another.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Okay. So I
Yeah.
said that the whole concept behind Unplugged was that during the thick of the COVID-19 and everything, we just didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, I've got friends everywhere.
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about what's happening, how we're feeling, how we are reacting,
Yeah.
to this COVID? And we started 3 weeks ago, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is the fourth week. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the fourth week, and it was just Julia Oku and friends, but it's begun to evolve,
Yeah.
and it's evolving into something which is like a little bit more serious. But I can't take life too seriously. I mean, Uche, you know me, I can't
Yes.
take life too seriously.
True.
But I'm very interested in how do business people pivot? How do business people cope?
Yeah.
What got you into your line of business, and why are you still there, and what are your plans, and how can you encourage young people to do what you're doing and even more? So I had
Okay.
some questions, and the
Yeah.
first question is from me, like,
Okay.
do women play in your line of business?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do. As a matter of fact, prior to this time, it was believed to be women. It was believed that women are the ones that profit more in our industry. It
No,
was
I mean
believed
for
that
bespoke
yes.
men's clothing. Oh,
Okay, for
really?
bespoke, yeah. Okay, yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen I've seen a couple of women that do. I have. I've met a few of them. I've met a few of them
Okay.
that tell me, okay, I'm interested in servicing the men and not the women. So I've
Okay.
met a few of them like that. Probably not renowned or very popular, but I've met some that are servicing just the male folks. I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
Okay.
how they
Here
get
in
through that,
Nigeria?
but yes, here in Nigeria. Here in Nigeria,
Okay.
actually. Yeah.
What do you mean you don't know how they get through that? I need to know.
Um, okay. The thing with every trade is there's an emotional side to it.
Yeah,
There's the part where, because it's bespoke, you have to come in physical contact with the customers. And you would have
absolutely.
to, yeah, you would have to delve into their psychological, their mindset, the way they reason, and cases where you'd have to take the person's measurement, you'd have to pass your tape around certain sensitive areas, and some of them, I don't know. I haven't.
Hmm.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, so I don't know how they get through all that, but I've met some that said they are more interested in servicing the men. Now, when I ask, all they
Okay.
tell me is they feel there's less trouble servicing the men compared to that of the women. I don't know
Okay.
how that works for them, but I see they've been quite getting through it, and I'm sure they're doing okay.
Okay. I mean, that's good
Yeah,
to know. I didn't know. Maybe I haven't done my research, but I didn't know that women are
yeah,
also
they are.
playing in that sector. Okay. That's good. But I
Yeah.
have my other question is from my husband. Uh,
Okay.
if I don't ask this question, he's one of your clients.
Yes, he
Aha.
is. Yes, he is.
Aha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he was the one who made me, well, I'd known you, I'd
Yeah.
seen you,
Yeah.
but he made me pay attention to you because he'd wear your clothes and he'd be like, "Oh my goodness, oh my goodness!" I'm like, "What's all this? What's all this oohing and eyeing?" you know?
Yeah.
Because he was like the cut, the fabric.
Yeah.
Actually, if he would join this program, he would tell
Program.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would tell you. He's not going to join. He's already told me.
Yeah,
So
I
he gave
know.
me his
I get.
questions. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, yes, and he would probably tell your entire story and sell your markets for you. That's
And
how sold he is.
he's been very supportive, I must say.
Yes,
Yes, your husband
yes.
has been very supportive. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's the
So
question?
it's his question is his name is Fenibot Jackson. That's my husband,
Of
and
course.
he said, "How do you deal with sustainability and scalability in your business? How do you make sure that once you've gotten this vision
Yeah.
of making things work, bespoke, excellence, etc.,
Yeah.
how do you replicate yourself so the business keeps growing?"
Okay. Um, One of the ways is communication. Communication.
Okay,
Communication is one. Um, Replicating myself, first of all, creating a procedure around what you do. Communication,
okay,
creating a procedure around what you do, and training. Training,
okay,
training most of your team members to be able to
okay,
understand the vision, understand the idea and the concept of what you're trying to build, and then you being able to create a procedure as to how you were able to achieve a particular success, and then let them follow that same method or that same procedure and then see if they can achieve same. It's usually tough because sometimes the one who carries it, it's a lot easier for him to execute at ease, probably owing to his years
yeah.
of experience, probably owing to his personal encounter and what he hopes to achieve. So it takes time, it requires patience, but one way is to, communicate the vision of the business, create procedures for what you do, and then train your team members. That's one of the ways that has been able to help me replicate myself.
Because you have a 30-man team around you, you said
Yes,
at least
yes,
30.
yes,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. And what is your goal? What is your vision? Because you did tell us that you service clients outside this country.
Yes.
So, what is your vision? Are you going to replicate Leush clothiers in different places?
In terms of physical store, in terms of physical store,
Yes.
um, we're not, we hope to, but we haven't gotten there yet. But what we're pretty
Okay.
much doing at the moment is to export our services and our products to them, and then some of
Okay.
us request for our products as from there, having had experience with maybe one person amongst a group of people has had a first-hand experience with our product, then recommends it to the other persons, and then that's pretty much how we've been able to export our services to people in the diaspora. About having a physical
Okay.
store there, yes, it is possible, and we look forward to that. But in the meantime, what we're doing is online requests, sending the products
Okay.
via any of the logistics companies like DHL, FedEx
Companies.
to them. Yes, that's what we're doing at the moment. But we really look forward to, in the future, we really look forward to having physical stores there.
Well, perhaps one of the things that COVID-19 has taught us is the fact that online is the new future.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So you're probably a visionary. You've gone ahead and started things that other people are going to catch up on now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But with how do I explain this? Online is just a part of it. I
Yeah.
have a problem. I have a problem with most entrepreneurs or SMEs that just hinge their services on social media. I always tell people
Okay.
social media is just part of it. I mean, whatever you're doing as regards online would be service from what you have, most time from what you have on ground in terms of physical infrastructure, physical system, and so on. So, because with the online presence comes its own demands. So, in trying to meet those demands, you have to make sure that you're prepared as to what you have on ground to service that crowd. Also, understanding that there's a way. Well, everything I would say will have a lot to do with my own industry and my own trade.
Yeah.
Understanding
Yeah.
that the the enterprise environmental factors all differ. The reasoning of people in a certain space differ. So you'd people have to be careful. The fact that it's easy to just create a platform either on social media or on a website is not enough. So even in servicing clients via the online platform, you have to always remember that you need to have the physical infrastructure to contain the demands that come via those online platforms. It's okay, but people shouldn't just be in a hurry to jump into the online
The
means
online.
of, yes, yeah, you need to ensure
Okay.
that you have all the right infrastructures, everything it requires to service the market that does exist online.
Okay, because I want to look back to what you said about the psychological issues around bespoke tailoring.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of one-on-one emotional connection, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Okay. So you really need to kind of touch flesh, not physically, but make a connection, an emotional connection with your clients.
Yes, yes, you have to.
Okay.
You have to.
Okay.
Let me share a little story with you.
Sure.
So, in 2014, when I take it that was when I really started my business, and it was I know one of my friends is online now, Chuke, and he can really attest to that. So,
Okay.
yeah. So in 2014, when we started, I started the business in my sitting room, and I
Oh,
had, yes, yes. So I had just this one tailor, and yes, I had the fundamental knowledge and skill as regards this trade, but I knew that it was not enough for me to just jump
Ochuke
in and
says it's
start.
2010, not
20,
2014.
2014 was when I had Ochuke. Ochuke, it was 2014 when we had Shehu. You were my neighbor at the time, so I'm sure you should remember 2014. So what happened was I had my tailor. The thing with entrepreneurship is it's very the journey is one number one very interesting, and it's very funny as well. So I had this tailor, and he was worried. He was like, Uche, now you have me here. Where are the jobs? How do we get
Oh,
jobs? How do you sustain the idea of this? And so on. So I knew quite well that I didn't have to, simply because I had started off, I didn't have to rush into um, marketing my product to people I hadn't, understood their way of reasoning. I hadn't been able to play at their level. So what we
okay.
did was, very funny story. So I told him not to worry, that we were going to get jobs doing. So I had to go around my neighborhood, most of the small tailoring shops there. I would walk on up to the owners, and I would tell them, see, I'm a tailor. I have what it takes to service you, and I know you have jobs, you have backlogs. Some you don't have the capacity to meet. Can you outsource them to me? I'll get them done for you, ensure they are well tailored, and I'll bring them back to you.
Okay.
Yes. So
So that was
most of them,
collaboration there.
yes, collaboration, exactly.
Yeah.
Collaboration. So most of them would give me these jobs. I'll take back to my tailor, we stay at home, get these jobs done, package them, probably even a lot better than how these other tailors would have done theirs. Package them, take back to them, and then they'll deliver to their customers. So most time on my way back home in the evening, I'll just stop by at their stores to get reviews and feedbacks on how their customers loved the product. And they'll tell me, yeah, it was really nice. Like, our customers were really impressed. And we continued that way. I encouraged them to collect more jobs because there was someone available to get these jobs done for them. Now, on the other hand, it was an avenue and opportunity for me to get my tailor busy as well. He was happy
Yeah.
because he could see jobs doing. Those who play in our industry would know how it is when you have a staff or a tailor who's probably idle. They don't like staying idle. They want to have
Yeah.
something doing per time. So I was getting these jobs done for them. I'll deliver more detailed work, a lot, owing to my years of little experience, exposure. I'd package, make sure I properly arrange the clothes, give to them. And somehow I was helping them increase on their revenue as well because their customers were excited. Oh, you used to take about 3 weeks to deliver my jobs. Now it takes just about a week. How did you do that? But they didn't know there was a young man somewhere who was,
There you go.
giving them some support and enabling them get that done. So on my way back every evening, I'll just stop by and I'll ask them, so how do your customers perceive your product? Did they appreciate the new way of delivering service to them? And they were like, yeah, we do. Now, they didn't realize that what I was doing was I was, I was, I was using them to fine tune my product. I was using them to, yes, I was using that experience to
Okay.
fine tune my product, not because they were my target market, but I needed to make all the mistakes I had to make. I needed to learn. I needed to, you know, get things sorted before I then approach the market I was targeting. So,
Okay.
so at the point where we did this, what we now did was, without confidence, we were able to walk up to a few other persons that I was looking up to tailoring for them, and I told them, look, I think you can give me a try. I would like to tailor for you. Some of them weren't sure, but I knew exactly what I had to offer. So they gave me the opportunity. I tailored for them. Some were perfect, some with slight adjustments here and there, but they could see that this person he had eye for detail. He was passionate about what he really wanted to deliver. He was out to deliver excellence, and that was it. Now, what happened was the tailors around my neighborhood would call me, bros, Alpha, where you did now? I get clothes for you to sew. Unfortunately, I was not available anymore. I
Levels had
Levels
changed.
had changed exactly. So I was not quick to just take up every opportunity that came my way. I had to make sure that I was prepared for every opportunity that I had to walk up to, or the ones that were given to me. And um, I feel like I'm saying so much already. Remember, it's
No,
unplugged, right?
it's unplugged. It's unplugged. But I was going to cut in,
Okay, go ahead.
and say there are certain things I've picked up.
Yeah,
Number one, you have to have a focus,
absolutely.
and it's that focus that keeps you humble.
Exactly.
Because if you weren't humble, you wouldn't go to the tailors
At all. At all.
and tell them, "Listen, let me do this."
At all. At all.
And I'm sure you put in your money,
Yes, I did.
so you had skin. You had
At
skin
that
in the
point,
game.
at that point, it wasn't about profit. It
Yes.
wasn't about profit because I knew,
Yeah.
I was pretty much aware that the moment I am able to create an acceptable product, I'll make the
Yeah.
money.
Aha.
Yeah, I'll make the
So
money.
you put your skin in the game.
Yeah,
You are ready to put in your time, put
yeah.
in your tailor's time,
My
and perfect
resources,
your craft,
everything.
your resources.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So definitely another thing is that people need to spend time to hone their craft.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely,
You
especially,
know. Yeah.
especially, especially. I tell people, some guy just starts a business today, and next week he has probably 10,000 followers, and he rolls with the
I
arrogance.
don't know how do they do it.
I
I'm
don't know.
still building up my
Some
followers.
buy followers. Some buy
Ah,
followers.
okay.
Some probably still get those followers. But what's the quality of the followership? That's the question we need to ask. Then there's no
Okay.
problem with that. It's okay. But and the next minute the person rolls with the arrogance of having built a successful business, because maybe he's been able to gain some large crowd, but it's beyond that.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, I can hear myself. That's
I
why
can hear
I
you.
stopped for a minute. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Now I've
okay.
forgotten
All
the
right.
question. I've forgotten the question again.
Sorry. It's fine.
Okay, let me ask another question I asked. You were a software engineer,
Yeah.
right? Which are you frozen?
Absolutely. No, I'm here. I
Hello?
can hear you. Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay. You were a software engineer, right?
Yes.
Which I think you're frozen somehow.
I'm very much active and I can see you, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
I asked, were you a software engineer?
I did not practice.
Okay, but you studied it.
I did not practice. Yes, I studied. I studied software engineering.
It's
I
okay.
pretty
I
much
studied
completed it. I
English
spent.
now. I didn't practice it
Okay,
much.
so yeah, yeah. But one of the benefits was um, the thing with that very course is you deal a lot with algorithms, you deal with procedures, methods.
Okay.
So one of the things it taught me, which I have
I
been able
think,
to apply in my business today, is the fact that I've been able to understand the step-to-step procedure to creating, a successful product. And can you hear me? Are you there?
okay, so
Oh,
what I'm here. I think, I don't know whether it's the rain that fell today or what,
okay,
but I'm here. I can hear you.
okay.
There's a little lag, but we'll press on. We'll press
Yeah,
on.
sure,
But
sure.
what I heard you say was that it helped you learn attention to detail.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. And what made you think? What happened in your life? What was that tipping point that made you say, I want to go into bespoke men's tailoring?
Hmm. Um, you know, certain questions would have to take me back to how this whole thing started, which I don't think I should disregard that aspect. When I finished my
Okay.
secondary school, and a year after, in 2004. So my mom is actually a
Yes.
seamstress, and she at the time was into interior and exterior decoration. So what happened was she didn't let me just proceed to the tertiary institution, and she discussed with my father and told my dad that, look, I'd like this young man to work with me for a while before moving on to the university. It was a tough one because I saw my
Okay.
colleagues, I saw my colleagues and my mates move on to tertiary institution, and it didn't quite feel good that I was going to have to stay back home trying to support my mom in her trade. But um, there was need at some point after she spoke to me that I had to participate in the business. So first of all, that was where I learned how to operate the machine. And most of my friends
Okay.
would come to me and tell me, okay, please, I have these trousers that is a little too big. I would like you to adjust it for me, help me alter it, do this whole cut and join jean adjustment for me. And I would help them do it. And gradually, I realized that people had need for um, there was the ready to wear arm. Bespoke service wasn't that very popular at the time. So people wanted their things to be tailored to their size. People wanted their clothes tailored to their size. And I noticed that whenever my friends bought clothes, they were always coming back to me to help them adjust it and so on. Now, it wasn't just that part I learned. At the time, also, my mom needed to move into sale of mattresses and pillows.
Yeah.
And something happened, which I must tell you that most of the qualities and most of the things that values I hold on to today, I learned at the time. My mom had just 27,300 naira, I remember clearly. And we needed to start a business. And we're going to run this business in a line where there were other persons trading the same product and so on. So my mom asked me what were we going to do. I told her, okay, that the only thing we had to do at this point was to go purchase these goods, sell them, and see how we can scale the business. So I took the money, I went to Aba,
Okay.
precisely Fox Road, yeah? I went there and I had to make some inquiry, and they told me, okay, so you could buy some mattresses from some area they call Power Line. You would buy some big foam and they'll slice it, cover it up for you and stuff. So I told them, okay, I didn't have a lot, but I could buy like the smaller 6 springs mattresses or foams and then take them back since it was close to resumption time and I know there was a market available, which was students who will be going back to school. We came back and I, I sold them. Some I had to sell through my friends. I encouraged them to talk to their parents to buy for their younger ones so they could go back to school.
Okay.
Now, I tell you, that business within a space of a year and 6 months, we were making procurements in millions of naira.
For
I,
real?
yes, yes, yes. I grew that business. I grew that business through discipline. I sometimes I would have to go get goods from some of our neighbors, those who were trading in the same area with us. I would get from them, come sell to the customers with no profit possibly, but just to make sure there was sale, just to make sure we were actively in business.
Okay.
Now, I could tell you a lot about that experience, but one of the things that experience taught me was I learned about financial discipline. I knew when to compete, I knew when to collaborate.
Great.
Yes, I knew when to speak and I knew when to
Could,
shut.
could you just say it again?
Yes, I said I
Can you say
knew.
it
I
slowly?
s-
Because there are a lot of young people
okay,
listening to this program.
okay. So I said
Yes.
one of the things it taught me at the time was discipline. I am my level of financial discipline is on another level. I tell you.
I
So
know.
yeah, so
I know a little bit of that.
so it taught me how to be disciplined with my finances. It taught me how to deal with frustration. It taught me because
Okay.
sometimes when you're returning from a bar, you're sitting in some bus that is really enclosed. You have to deal with all sort of issues. You're getting back probably at about 10 p.m., 11 p.m. You know, I learned how to deal with anxiety. I learned, I knew when to compete. I knew when to collaborate. I knew when to
Collaborate.
go to the people
Yeah.
on the same street who are dealing in the same product to get products from them and just make sale, whether or not there was profit. I knew when not to go to them and ensure that we had this product available in our store. Do you get? I knew when to speak.
Yeah.
I knew when to shut my mouth up. You know,
Wow.
yes, yes. Little did these people know that in a couple of months' time, we're going to be their greatest competitor. We moved from procuring goods of just 27,300 naira to become one of the highest dealers of mattress and pillows on that line, to the point where we had to open up another store. So, you see,
Wow.
anything I do, yes, yes, yes. My mom is still very much alive, and she can attest to that.
Give
It
her
was,
our love.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It was tough for her to let me go at the point where I needed to go to school, because she felt, young man, you understand these things so well, and that was how we were able to grow the business. So, coming back to my own business
Yeah.
today, starting off, I'm really very excited because my friend Ochuke is here. That young man pretty much knows my story, and he's been very supportive from time. My business is where it is today because we grew the business organically. I can tell you
Yes.
that my growth has been more of organic growth. There's been no external influence or funding as regards the
And he's
business.
disturbing us with questions here. So we shall ignore him.
So I'm not just operating in the
Okay.
fashion space. I understand. I have certain has brought me very sure of the fact that these are holding strong to these, values, principles, and ethics. The vision I have for the business definitely will be achieved.
Okay.
And also to say that I'm a very strong-willed person. I always ensure something is done, and except it's done, I won't stop. I won't stop. So the question, please. But you can say that I refused to take loan from his bank.
I know why you're laughing. I know why you're laughing.
Yeah, so you are questions, right?
Someone said, "Hello,
Mm.
you refuse to take loan from the bank. We know who that is." Mhm. And
Yeah, we
somebody
know who
else
that
calls
is.
you, "Hello, Fashion King, aka Mr. Nice Suit." Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Um, someone reached us from. I know you know. Chuka Jesse. He reached us on IG. He said, unfortunately, he doesn't have a Facebook account. So he gave me two questions.
Okay.
You know, so I'll read the first one.
Yeah.
The first one is, I'd be interested to hear about your most challenging case so far and what you have learned from that.
Okay. Am I okay? I should answer first, then you give me the next question.
Yeah, yes, yes, because the other one is long.
Okay. Okay. So what my challenges have been. Hello.
Okay, he says he'd like to know about your most challenging case so far and what you learned from that case.
Hmm. So when it says my most challenging case, in what aspect exactly? Because
Okay, for me, I don't know what he meant because this is what he sends.
yeah,
But I like to ask people, where did you fail? Where
where I
did you have an
failed.
epic fail? And where did you have an epic fail and what did you learn from that?
Hmm. Where I failed. Um. There. Where I failed. Where I failed.
He's saying it like he's never failed.
About
Which you have failed.
no,
Every
no, I can't.
entrepreneur has failed
No, no.
at
Of course,
something.
I failed. You know, but I have to be very. I have to be very. I've failed, of course, because I mean, I've had a lot of crises in my business. I've had cases where um, I didn't manage something right. I had very poor management of my time, and you know it really affected
Okay.
me. Yeah, and one of the things it did was we lost certain opportunities. Um, some we didn't have to deliver on a job, and what I did was I did two things. One thing I always do is I like to audit whatever led to a particular experience and then see how we can correct it. Um, so cases where we're really
Okay.
lacking behind in terms of delivery, what we did was we had to minimize the intake of orders, and I had to go back to strengthen my production procedures and so on. And then I know one of the things I did that period was I had to take up a course on project management because I needed to understand timing, schedule, planning, and a couple of other stuff. It was funny because I was in a class where there were pretty much engineers and other experts, and they were looking at me like, what's a tailor doing in a class of project managers? But I came there because I needed to understand the areas where I wasn't getting things right. I was terrible with time management, absolutely very terrible. I lost a
Okay.
lot of opportunities as a result of that. But I must tell you that with the personal effort I had to put in and the ability to, you know, enroll for that program, my business, my management of time, production schedule changed. You know, we had to readjust on a lot of things in terms of making sure that certain resources were made available before we take up certain jobs. We had to confirm the availability of certain raw materials before taking up certain jobs, because sometimes I'll just take up certain jobs with so much excitement, not even minding if the things that we needed for those jobs were available. You know, I was poor with decision making, time management, and a couple of stuff, but we've really fact that I had to submit myself to I had to submit myself to some kind of training, and that really did a great deal for me. Are you there?
Okay, Uche, so essentially you had to step back and learn how to say no
Yes,
or
yes,
not right now
yes, exactly.
to manage people's your customers'
Expectations.
expectations. Would you say that's a fair represent? Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, so,
What's the second?
okay. Well, Chuka Jesse also says, what are the biggest opportunities or challenges facing your company right now? What
Mm.
are the biggest opportunities you have? Or yeah,
Um, the biggest opportunities we have is want to take up and for that market
did you get
because
that?
yes, I did. I'm responding already.
Did you get that? You didn't.
I think there's a synchronization problem. You're probably not hearing me real time. Are you there? I, um,
I can't hear you again.
I can hear you actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay. Well, we have Ochuke who is making very comments that you also Leush Clothiers developed a. Okay. Okay. Should I ask the question again?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody else can hear us. We are just not hearing each other, you know? Okay. That Chuka Jesse wants to know what are the biggest opportunities facing Leush Clothiers right now?
I had answered that. I said capacity building,
Can hear
capacity.
myself.
Yeah, yeah. So I said it's unfortunate I won't be able to say everything here of things here, but one of the things we've been doing of late is
Okay. 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 For those who couldn't hear Uche, what he said was that capacity building was an issue. Yeah. Capacity building was an issue and also funding. Am I correct? As in challenges. I can hear you excellently.
There's a new market still within the industry that we have
Yes, biggest,
identified.
yeah, opportunities, yeah.
Yes, that we have identified, and we're building capacity and the right infrastructure for it. So that we are currently investing and working on right now. But I can't share the information here. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Mm. People say they cannot hear me.
Okay.
Some people say they can't hear me. I'm worried.
Okay. Okay. So it's a little bit of a trade secret right now.
Yes, it is. Yes,
We
it
keep
is.
that under wraps for
Yeah,
now.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Okay. Now, I have a question. Why don't you, I know you've had this question directly and from my husband. Why don't you sew for women? We also like tailored clothes, like
Aha.
tailored pants and tailored suits. Why don't you sew for women? It's
I
one of
get,
my greatest
I get,
frustrations. When
I
he's
get this,
showing off his clothes, I get really upset.
I get this question a lot.
Aha, yes.
Madam Ibim asked me this question too. Um,
Yeah, but why don't you?
so the thing about tailoring and service is, I think it has a lot to do with capacity. I always talk about this. It has a lot to do with capacity. A service I haven't. Yes, I have the equipment. I have all sort of equipment here in our
Yeah,
production space. I have the tailors. I have all the tailors. Uh, I pretty much understand to what extent we can control the quality and the whole procedure. But you see, like I said, it has more to do with capacity. Now, when I say capacity, chances are yes, we have the physical capacity, but I probably do not have the emotional capacity to service the female folks.
yeah.
Yeah, I probably do not have the emotional capacity to service the female. Yeah, I
So
don't.
you know there's a need.
Yes, there. I
Yeah,
know there's a need, but I won't just jump into it because I haven't built the right capacity, and I really don't think I will in anytime soon. I could say the financial capacity is not the problem. The funding to set up that, um, I could say, or we have the equipment. It's pretty much the same machine you use to sew for the men and the women, but I don't have the emotional capacity to service the women. So that's why I don't think. I don't
it's
think.
okay. We will not see it. Ibim, Izobe, and me. That's all.
And you know the thing, when I was starting
Just
my
three of
business,
us. Izobe
yeah,
says you must sew
yeah,
for
when,
her.
when I was starting
Ibim
my
says you
business,
must sew. I say
when
you
I was
must sew.
when I was
Just three
starting
of
my
us.
business,
That's
some
all.
said, some guys were like,
That's all.
Some guys were like, Oti, I don't think you'll make a lot of money because I mean the people that really spend money sewing are the female folks. I was like, wow, the female folks. So what am I going to do? I mean, now I want to focus on just men. It was tough. As a matter of fact, that was one of the things that really drove me to trying to prove that belief or that impression wrong. I was like, no, I'm sure if you give men what they want, if you give them what they want, they'll pay for it. As a matter of fact, I feel like right now men order more clothes than women. You can tell from your husband. So uh, that's the way it starts. I could service yourself Madam Ibim and Izobe, and the next thing I feel like, okay, maybe I should extend it to other women, and greed sets in, and the next minute I'm in trouble. So I would pass. I would pass. I don't have the emotional capacity to service the women.
You're frozen again.
Oh,
We are
really?
really unplugged, though. We will get this technology right by fire and by force.
Yeah, we will.
Uche, I unfreeze
Yeah, we
you.
will. Yeah, I'm
And Uche is
unfreezing
giving us.
myself too.
I think he's going to. Ijoma, you. Uh, Uche, can you see some of the comments online?
Yes, yes, I'm seeing some of the comments.
Okay,
Mm,
okay, okay, okay. We're almost rounding up.
yeah,
Yeah, you're freezing. Yes, we're almost rounding up now. So I'd like to ask you a very, very important question,
yeah.
which is, have you found any limitation from operating? Okay, okay. Have you found any limitation from operating within Port Harcourt, such a specialized slice of work, you know, and you're operating out of Port Harcourt? Has there been any limitation for you?
No, no, because um, I think there's been this wave of things in Port Harcourt. Every entrepreneur just comes of
Again,
services like,
I don't know if you're frozen.
hear you.
Okay, was there any
I
limitation?
got the
Have you
question.
experienced? Okay, okay, sorry.
So the thing
Go
is,
ahead.
there's been this thing with Port Harcourt entrepreneurs. Somebody just starts off after a year or two will tell you, I want to move to Lagos. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody feels like I think some.
Yay, if anybody Jax is
Yeah.
watching, yay. You made him come online.
So the question is why. I always ask why. Some people now do it for more like it's become a thing of ego. They feel like
Okay.
so I am now in Lagos, and I'm like, why? There's a huge market here.
Yeah.
Last year, November, I was at the Global Business Forum Africa in Dubai, and this question also came up. I was asked by one of the CNN interviewers, like, why Port Harcourt? Why not Lagos? Why not Abuja? And I told them, why not Port Harcourt? There's so much market
I
in
know.
Port Harcourt. If you,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much a thing of value. If you give people what they want, they'll pay you for it. You
Absolutely.
can't keep entertaining mediocrity and then just
Ooh.
doing there's nothing wrong in importing certain experiences. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you one experience. When I was young, there was something my dad told me. There was a story my dad told me. He said, so a company that deals on shoes sent about two of their marketers to a particular city to do a survey and then find out if they could invest in that city. So they went, came back. The first guy gave his report and was like, he told the directors, I don't think we should invest in that city because people there don't wear shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, okay, great. And the next guy came and said, I think it would be a fantastic opportunity for us to invest in that city because people there don't wear shoes. And if we introduce shoes to them, I'm sure we'd make a lot of money. So it's a thing of perspective. It's a thing of what you want to get or what you're bringing on board. You cannot tell who would be able to buy your product until you've created the right product for those type of people. So people keep saying this thing. Port Harcourt is a fantastic market. I tell you. We started off. We started off the business of servicing most wedding clients. Before now, it was a
Yeah.
thing. It was a thing. You have to fly to Lagos and get your bespoke suit made for you. And I asked, why not Port Harcourt? What are you guys looking for? What is it? I will commit to understudying it and deliver same or even more or better product than that of the guys in Lagos. And today, I tell you, most weekends we manage like 3 to 4 weddings. Even during the shutdown, I tell you, we had weddings we had to
Wow.
manage. You get today, I
The
handle
bridal
weddings.
train and all.
Yeah, the bridal, yeah, the groomsmen. Today, I manage
The
weddings as far as,
groomsmen.
yes, I manage weddings as far as the UAE. I manage destination weddings from Port Harcourt. I see that argument is for some other time. Let's not have it now. But you see, the Port Harcourt market, amazing,
No, I agree with you. It's just
amazing.
that people say, why stay in Port Harcourt? But I agree
Why
with
not?
you also. Why not
Why
stay
not?
in Port
Why not
Harcourt?
stay in Port Harcourt?
Yeah.
And then the other question is,
Yes.
can't you have Port Harcourt and Lagos?
So what's your answer?
Oh, I love Port Harcourt. There's a huge market for me here in Port Harcourt. And from
Yeah.
Port Harcourt, I have serviced people outside. Atlanta, we
True.
had a couple of weddings in Atlanta late last year. We've had weddings in the UK. We've had weddings in Dubai. Like, I pretty much go to Dubai like 3 to 4 times a year. It's not still from Port Harcourt. So what are we talking about? Just
Yeah.
create an experience and people will come. Some people still contact us from Lagos and we get their jobs done for them. So especially in a
But
time where the world has become a global place. So if you know
yeah.
what you're doing, you can service anybody from anywhere. Just make sure that you encapsulate the experience in a brand as a brand and then export it. People will buy. They're probably
But I
not
like
buying.
the fact that you talked about brand because I've been trying to get my hand on your brand.
Yeah, I know.
I've been trying to get my hand on your brand
Yeah,
and and push it. But we had a conversation and you said you're not quite ready yet
yeah.
for
I'm
where
not. I'm
I
not.
envision it. Yeah.
I'm not.
Yes. Yes. But
I also have to say this for those who are listening. We have to be careful sometimes not to overstimulate our brand. You know, I have to be, because with branding and advertising comes a certain attraction and awareness, and it attracts a
absolutely.
certain market. So I want to be careful not to overstimulate my brand and overexpose it to a market I don't have the capacity to service. So at the very point where we are ready, I'm sure we'll put in all the right resources to make sure that we're visible and we get the return on investment for that. Let's not just brand for sake of ego or just branding or advertising. So that's it.
For
But we'll do it definitely. It's a visionary brand
okay.
and we'll do everything required to make sure that it's seen that way.
Well, not just visionary, it's a luxury brand. I am in love with the brand. I wish
Thank
sometimes
you.
when I see my husband showing off in your clothes, I wish I were a guy so I could show off in your clothes as well. But I'm happy I'm a woman. Hey,
Yeah.
we like our men to look good as well. We like our men
Yeah.
to look good, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we've come to the top of the hour, and then before the owners of this platform knock us off, I'd just like to ask you,
And
what are the three things that you'd say describe you, Uche, Oti, and Leush as a brand? Because you are a
excellence.
brand.
Excellence.
Okay?
Excellence.
Okay.
Um, Now, me as a person, I have to be careful because I am a brand, but I'm not exactly Loche. Like Loche, I'm doing my best to make sure that Loche exists outside of me. I don't want to be. I want to minimize my
Okay.
face around the brand. Um, so excellence number one, and
Okay.
then we're always very particular about the experience, and relationship
Okay.
relationship very key, very
Okay.
very key. Yeah, relationship very key. And then for me as a person, I can tell you I'm a very resilient person. I'm very resilient and I'm a very disciplined person around my business. I'm that guy that will resume work at 8 a.m., except I have an external meeting. But I have to be at work at 8 a.m. and I would do everything I have to do before I call it a day. So I give less room for distractions. I try to be as focused as possible at every point in time. So that's pretty much about me.
Okay.
Uh, yeah,
So excellence, focus, discipline.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. We've
Mhm.
had so many comments. I hope you'll be able to go down and see. Many people say they love your never say die attitude. People like your focus on dealing only with men. That women are another race. I don't know. I don't know. You know. And then my friend Michael says, why not hire a female sales consultant to handle women's orders? Well, when you're ready for that.
No,
Then my sister Geraldine says she likes your honesty, humility, traits of a leader.
thank
And
you.
she says, go, bro. So, go, bro. You know. And my friend Lara says she loves your emotional intelligence awareness. And the rest of us are begging you to sew for us. That's all. Uh-huh. And
I can recommend.
Uche says that
There's
he's
Frock
your number
Avenue.
one
There,
fan. Sorry, not Uche,
there
Ochuke fan. You know,
is part of the
I don't know
brand.
if he's trying to get a discount.
So for those who want
Uche, are you trying to get a
female
discount?
for those who want the female fashion designers, there's Frock Avenue. I mean, these are people that are doing fantastically well. I
They
can
also venue
recommend their
too,
brand anytime, any day.
but they don't make jackets.
There's Veranora and so many
Okay,
of them. So they are there.
okay.
Just hit them up. I'm sure they'll give you quality service. Yes.
Oh, somebody says, "Whoa, we want jackets. We want jackets." Uche. Well, I'm going to round up with a comment for you for Uche from my sister. She says, "Believe me,
Okay.
listening to you has boosted my hope in Nigeria of the future. I'm happy I'm
Thank
plugged
you.
in. You are the goods." Yes,
Thank you.
yes, yes,
Thank you.
yes. And then Michael,
Thank you.
Michael? Are you in America or England? He wants to know how you handle diaspora orders. So maybe what you can do is to send us your website. So
Yeah,
we'll put up your website when we are posting later, so that people
that'll
who
be
want
fine.
to make orders on or you can just tell us what your website is, Uche.
Let the person just hit up our Instagram
Yeah.
because our website is currently under construction. So Instagram is at Loche Clothiers at
What's your website?
LOUCHECLOTHIERS.
Oh, that voice has
LocheClothiers.com.
come
But
back
if you
again.
go, I'm sure it will show you that the website is. So I said our
Okay.
website is www.locheclothiers.com. But if you go, it's going to request for a sign in from you. It's going to request for a username and a password from you. Now that's the reason because we are currently reconstructing the site. So in the meantime, just you could check us out
On
on
Instagram.
Instagram. And I must also say that we're also reworking our Instagram.
Please just type his.
We're also reworking our
Okay.
Instagram. You'll find a couple of contents, but we're trying to disintegrate some of the contents there. So, but I'm sure you still find a lot of stuff there.
Okay, we are going to type.
Can't people just understand?
we'll type your IG page right now. We're going to put your IG
Yeah.
page right now.
Yeah.
You know, we'll type it.
Yeah.
Utabero, thanks. And Michael, thanks for that. Thanks for your question. Trust me, you can get him from all over the world, you know. And I'd like to thank you very, very much, Uche. Thank you for spending this
Thank
hour
you
with
very much,
us
Ma.
being.
Thank
Okay,
you.
there you go. That is the Instagram there. So
Yeah.
look for him there and you can make your orders from there easily. It's right there. Thank you very much, Uche.
Thank
Hit him
you.
up on
Thank
IG.
you very much, Ma.
Um, he doesn't really do Facebook. I forced him on Facebook today, you know. But I think very soon we are all we are going to migrate, you know.
Yes, we
And
will. Yes, we
Uche,
will.
before we go, what do you do to relax?
What I do to relax. Um, I play chess. So in case you're a chess player here and you'd like to just hit me up, I
What
play
do you do to
chess.
relax? What do you
Yeah,
do to chill out?
I'm saying that I play chess. I play chess just in case you play chess and you'd like us to hit up maybe once. And I love to sing. I have a karaoke machine in my house, so once in a while I just plug it in and sing.
Aha.
Yeah. And then another thing is once or twice a year just I have to just I have to travel. I love boat cruise. So sometimes when I travel, I just, uh, I just relax and enjoy the wave.
No cruise this year.
There has to be a cruise.
Yeah, but we are not cruising this year.
No, we have to cruise this year, madam.
We are not cruising this year.
I must cruise this year.
I know. COVID, no cruising.
I could do soul
No,
cruise,
no.
soul cruise,
Go
soul
down
cruise,
Sombrero River and go to
soul cruise,
Abonema.
soul cruise, soul cruise. You just go soul cruise.
Uche, thank you. Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much, Ma.
Thank you.
Thank you for
And
having me.
it's been a joy. I'm sure
I
we could
tell you.
go on, but
Yeah,
we could
yeah,
go on.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I must thank the team as
Yes.
well. I mean, it was really nice realizing that you guys are less than probably a month, and the amount of work being put in. I mean, even when I was exchanging mails with the team, I could tell that you guys are poised to deliver excellence. We did a dry run yesterday, and that passed a lot of message to me. I must really commend the team for all the work they're putting in. Thanks so much, Ma. I know this is going to do a
Thank
great
you.
deal to the Port
Thank you.
Harcourt business community and for those who are watching from different locations. There's so much to learn. Personally,
Thank you.
I am also learning a lot. And also to thank you for something. I observed something the other day. I came to your house to see your husband, and I noticed that you guys have like a public tap outside your house where people around your area just fetch free water. That touched me. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Like, this woman is doing so much. You know, thank you so much, Ma. I really appreciate it. It's all about impact, and I see you're making a whole lot of impact within your own community, and I must really commend you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And a last word from Udoro, who said you fixed him up with his traditional marriage
Yeah, I did.
outfit,
I've had
and
the
it
honor
was
of
exceptional.
I've had the honor of servicing a lot of people, and to all those who's given us the opportunity to service them on their weddings, trust me, you guys are the reason why we're in business.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank
I
you for
appreciate, Ma.
everybody. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for coming in.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We appreciate you. Please follow us on Instagram, Julia Jacks Consulting, and on Facebook. What's our Facebook? Julia Jacks Consulting. Yes. You can also follow me if you like. I get crazy. I get all unplugged right there. Okay. So, okay, Uche, they want you back. They want you back. They want you back. Yes, people are asking for a part two. We need to talk about this part two. Okay, David, I hear you. Uche, David, Igbanoy says he wants you back. Yes.
We'll look into that.
That's it. We'll look into that. But we are glad we left you looking for more, okay?
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Uche.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, everybody.
I
We
appreciate
appreciate you. We love you.
Thanks.
Take care.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.